Hey guys, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far. I've got my Inglewood coffee here, which means it's a thinking video. I needed my coffee because I got to think through the team. Now, pre-season's a funny time because we talk up everyone's chance of becoming a star, getting selected by Ross. Somehow we're going to fit 40 people into round one, into the round one team. So this video, we're going to be brutal. We've got the rankings here, TierMaker. You've all seen it before. We've got the top one star, our star players, solid contributors, players that are selected pretty much every week. They're not superstars, but they get the job done. They're consistent. They're the B graders, so to speak. So that's solid. Okay is, they get maybe 10 to 14 games a season potentially. They're pretty good, show a bit of excitement, but they're not consistent like the solid group above them. Potential is going to be a lot of the youngsters, a lot of players that I think have potential to break into the starting 22. And then obviously the last one, pretty self-explanatory, Sandy. That's just players that are going to have to start at Sandy, probably round one, and work their way up and try and break into the team. Or players that potentially have been in the team the last couple of years in the starting 22, and they may have to go back to Sandy because there's a lot of battle for spots at the moment in the team, which is great. So without wasting any more time, we're going to get straight into it. We'll go in order of what they've got here. So this is already pre-made on TierMaker, so you guys can kind of jump on and have a go. Afterwards, if you'd like, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Obviously, this is just my opinion, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to have different sort of thoughts on this. We've got Stocker, straight off the bat. Where does Stocker go? For me, because he's still unproven as a Saint, obviously he's a new acquisition, I'm going to go with okay. I think it's a bit much to jump straight into solid. I think he needs to earn that spot. Jack Paris, I think Sandy is probably more than likely where he starts. It's already tricky. Sharman, do I go potential or okay? Or solid? I don't think he's solid just yet. I'm going to put Sharman, in the potential bracket. Hunter Clark, I think I'm going to go solid for Hunter Clark. I'll probably shuffle these at the end. Jack Bytel, potential. Ben Patton, I'd say last year he's coming back from injury and he was a bit shaky, but I think generally he's pretty solid, although I don't know if he's that close to star, so I'm probably going to go with okay. Max King, is he a star straight off the bat? He probably is. He's probably what, if he's your top 3, top 4 most important player, if there's a player that's in that group, they're more than likely a star in my books. Leo Connolly, I think, has got potential, but I do think that he's more likely to start at Sandy. Although it's a tricky one. I'm going to go with Sandy. Ryan Burns. Oh, it's a tough year for Ryan Burns. He was that new kid on the block a couple of years ago and thought he was going to have a big year last year, and he didn't. Although it looks like he's having a big off-season at the moment. I think I'm going to keep him with Leo Connolly at the moment. I'll go with... Isaac's injured, so I'll put him in there. Naz, definitely potential. Oscar Adams, Sandy. Allison has potential, but he's injured, so we'll just default him to Sandy. And that's generally where he's been playing lately anyway. Max Heath. Put him Sandy. McLennan. Although he looks good at training. It's really hard to judge the youngsters when they've not debuted yet. It's easier when it's like Burns and Connolly because we've seen them. This one's an interesting one. Windy, do you put him in potential or do you think he's at level above already? I think based on his preseason, we're expecting a lot from him this year. Based on last year, you'd say probably take it easy and just put him in potential. Same with Mitch Owens. Van Ayers hasn't played yet, so we're just going to go with Sandy. Seb Ross, these are the sort of... He's the typical, blueprint B grade, a solid contributor. Gets the 25 touches every week, and you know what you're going to get from Seb. Gresh, potential to be a star, but he keeps getting injured, so I'm going to go with solid. Rowan Marshall, star or solid? I think he's a star. I think Rowan Marshall's a star. Obviously, Jack Sinclair, the easiest pick of the lot. Higo, is he solid or is he okay? I'm going to go Higo in solids. Houghton, Sandy for me. Koff, potential. He's been out injured, but obviously we know what he's capable of. And I really do hope that he does well. I'm a big fan of Koff. We'll go with Big Campbell, Sandy, unless we need to play the dual ruck, but it looks like Rowe's keen to do it on his own. Jimmy Webster is solid. Brad Crouch, absolutely solid, although borderline. He's not a star of the competition, but he's close to a star in our team. Tim Membry, solid. Mason Wood, absolutely. Great back end of the year last year. I think every time we do this, or at least the last couple of times I've done this for St Kilda, it's always that middle tier, like that okay to decent player that is full of players, and then it's like 1 or 2 stars, and then a fair few at the bottom. So this is working out exactly the sort of tier maker I was expecting, because we've got so many in that BC grade, if you're ranking them based on that. And everyone says we're quite, a balanced list without having anything amazing. And when you look at this, it's like we've got a lot in each category. Apart from stars, we want probably 6 or 7 stars. Jack Steele, to me, is a star, although last year's form probably doesn't warrant it. But I think in the last 5 years as a whole, you got to say he's an absolute star of the competition. Jack Billings. Ooh, solid or okay. I think he's okay for now. Cal Wilkie to me is a star. D-Mac is solid. Actually, if I'm putting Hunter Clark in solid, JB in okay is a bit unfair. I'm going to put Hunter Clark down with JB. I think that's fair. Those two, we want to see both of them in this area this year. Jack Hayes is okay as well. Although, he would definitely be in the solid category, I think, if he obviously wasn't injured as much. But Cordy, a lot of people think that he might play round 1. I don't. I think he's Sandy. I think Zach Jones is okay. Dan Butler, okay. 2 players, again, that could go up another level. Dukes is solid without being amazing. Josh Battle, absolutely solid. Tom Highmore, okay, although he's played a lot of Sandy last year, but I think we should all expect him to be more present in that starting lineup, I think, under Ross Lyon. And obviously, lucky last, Filippo has potential, but could probably, with Windy, go up into solid or even star category pretty quickly. Am I going to shuffle any of these around? What do we think? King, Rowe, Sinks, Steele, Wilkie. I think that's fair. I think they're probably our 5 most critical players. Solid, Seb, Gresh, Higo, Webster, Crouch, Membry, Wood, Hill, D-Mac, Dukes, Battle. I think that's pretty decent. Okay, Stocker, Sharman, Patton, Billings, Hunter Clark, Hayes, Jones, Butler, Highmore. Next level down is the potential. So I guess the key difference between Sandy and potential is I think the boys in potential are more than likely to jump into that solid star category in the next 5 years, I'd say. Whereas Sandy, I think they can probably more likely jump into the okay solid category. So that's Bartel, Isaac Keeler, Naz, obviously, Windy, goes without saying. Mitch Owens, again, can be a very important player for us this year. Nick Caulfield and Filippo. And then Sandy, I think Paris, and this is nothing against them. I just think, obviously, we can't play everyone in round 1. Paris, Connolly, Burns, Oscar Adams, you got Allison, Max Heath, although he could probably go up 1. But for now, I'm just going to leave him there. McLennan, Van Ayers, Houghton, Campbell, Cordy. I think that's pretty fair. I don't know. I don't see anything there that's like super obviously wrong. Obviously, I think solid and okay. A lot of people are probably going to be a bit different in their thinking there. I think some people probably put Hunter Clark in solid and Billings in solid. Maybe even Sharman. But I just think sample size over the last couple of years, this is where I think that list is at. I don't mind that. There's a lot that can shuffle around. Obviously, that we haven't played any preseason games, so this is based on my training thoughts. And obviously the last probably 18 months of football to 24 months. And what I think. That's it. I'll leave it there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not I mean, as is the case every time you make these types of videos, it's never like something you're like, that's definitely right. Don't change it. That's perfect. Like, obviously, this is just my opinion. So I'd love to see you guys have a go on TierMaker. Jump on there. I think you can grab this and have a go. And yeah, comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think, how you're feeling about the season ahead. And yeah, I'll be back next week for some more videos. But until then, Saners, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make sure to hit subscribe. We're nearly on 5,400, believe it or not, which is amazing. We've jumped up already in a month over 400 subs. And the goal is to try and get to 10K by the end of the year. And the only way I can do that is if people that are watching, that enjoy these videos, if you hit that button, we'll get there pretty quickly. And I'll be able to give away more prizes. I've got the Nick Riewoldt signed portrait. I've got Nicky Dell signed portrait. Many other prizes as well behind the scenes. So if you want a prize, you're a Saner, hit subscribe and help us get to 10K. And you might win something. So thanks again for watching, Saners. Really appreciate your support on the channel. As always, I'll be back next week for some more content. Take care. And go you mighty Saners. See you guys.